Hi, I'm Lonnie.
I'm Amberlicious.
We're Untitled Nerd Network. This is the season 10 mid-season premiere, Walking Dead. The episode is called Squeeze, which, interestingly enough, Squeeze is also the name of a season 1 X-Files episode.
It is, isn't it?
Yep.
Sure is.
They had that creepy dude that would squeeze through the vents and the plumbing
Yeah.
and rip out people's livers and
That
then hibernate
was
for 30 years.
fucking weird, yeah.
Because they did a sequel on that called Toombs. That was the guy's name, Victor Toombs. And he was like, they could never prove that he was a monster, and he got released on parole. And, yeah, so anyway.
Anyways.
That's some classic, scary as shit X-Files episodes.
Yeah.
So, and yeah, and like, I don't know, like spend half this review talking about everything but The Walking Dead because we were just looking through the Shudder selection on AMC Plus. It looks
And
pretty
see, you know what really blows my mind? We can't do live reviews. We get off track.
good. Yeah, we do.
But
It's
Lonnie
horrible.
gets fucking off track for 15
Well,
minutes.
you know what? If
people.
we get off track, I want it to be because of me. I want to be in control. Rule this channel with an iron fist.
Yeah, I don't like that. Thanks.
Okay, cool. But anyway, this episode, it had like an Empire Strikes Back ending. It was like,
Oh my God.
like,
yeah,
you know,
you're right. You're not wrong.
I had to look at the character names, Connie and Magna. Connie was the girl that was interested in Daryl.
Mm-hmm.
Magna was kind of the unofficial leader of the group that came in.
Well, hell, you knew she was gonna die when she was so desperate to get back to her girlfriend because, you know, she left things on bad terms with her.
And this is, you know, all Carol's fault. Like, seriously.
It is all
Carol
fault,
has...
and she knows it.
Yep.
It took her actually injuring somebody, to killing two people, really. I don't know. I'm assuming they're dead.
I don't see...
I would be very surprised if they found them still alive. The cave collapsed.
And it was already a tight cave.
Yeah, hell, Jerry was having to hold it together so they could get out.
Yeah.
Hell, we thought he was a goner.
So, yeah.
I really do. Like,
I'm very, very much willing to wager that they've seen their final scenes.
Yeah. Oh, you're not going to subscribe to it like you did with Sadiq?
Oh, no. They're just... I don't know. You
It
know,
looks like you're playing favorites.
okay, maybe if they had like some heavy equipment and crap and went out there and dug around a little bit or something. But it's hard enough to rescue somebody. Let's say they found an air pocket.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Their chances were slim to none before the apocalypse. So I just don't see it. I don't.
Okay. I mean, I don't either.
Yeah.
It just blows my mind how we really watched Sadiq get choked out dead, and you're like, oh, he might not be dead.
Well, I was just thinking he may have faked his, you know,
You're
the dude
ridiculous.
didn't know what, you know. Then he comes back and kills him. Like, even when he started to reanimate during that episode, I thought he was just waking up. Like, he didn't really get killed, and then he started, you know, and I was like, okay, he's dead.
Can you do that again?
No. No.
That was great.
But okay, we had three major kind of, well, two kind of parallel storylines here. One was the cave, the other one was the Whisperer camp, and the cave thing. This episode creeped me out more than any because I do have a bit of claustrophobia to myself. I don't like, you know, tight cave. Like, there's a handful of, like, really scary movies that are in caves that I won't watch. I can't handle it.
It's not your bag, huh?
Nope. I do not like tight... Like, caves I can deal with, but once you start getting to where, like, people are having to kind of shuffle through these little tunnels in the caves and, yeah, like that.
Doing a fat man squeeze.
No, hell no. Once we start getting to that point, I'm done. No. Like, I have a hard enough, like, you know, we got stuff like that close to here. You said, you know, over in Rock City and stuff. I'm just...
It's not the only thing.
And, you know, there's people, oh, well, you know, I'm a caver. I'm going to go climbing up in these things.
You
I'm
know
like...
what really sucks is they literally made it to the end. They were about to be free.
That's how it always happens.
Carol, even after having that talk with Daryl, they had already had a talk about, hey, he was like, basically, you need to just talk to me. You know, I already feel like I can't turn my back around without you doing stuff and causing, you know, we fight for our future, not for revenge, blah, 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 blah. And you really thought that he made a breakthrough with her. And then they found some dynamite at the end of the road here, basically. And they're like, oh, don't touch it. You know, it's real dangerous. You know. And of course, she takes a couple sticks when they're all getting out.
Hey, no, number one, I thought that blowing up the zombies was a grand idea. But you don't do it while you're inside the cave. You wait until, you know, Alpha and them sick the horde on you, and then you start throwing sticks out into the middle of the zombies.
I mean, that would have been ideal.
It may not kill all of them.
Make a nice dent, though.
Yeah. It might make
nice
it
dent.
somewhat manageable.
Doing it while in the cave? That's the dumbest shit.
You caused the whole cave system to collapse at that point. I'm just like, ugh.
That was my first thought when I saw that fucking dynamite. I was like,
you know what?
I hope they got enough sense not to do it. And then, of course, Carol, being out of her fucking mind right now, was like, fuck y'all, I'm gonna blow this up.
The way Carol is, though, she had it in her mind that if she and everybody else in that cave died, at least they got rid of those zombies. That's what her thought was. She wasn't thinking clearly. And she seriously was suicidal at that point. She may not have
herself,
openly...
but not everybody.
But she wasn't thinking about anybody else at that point.
Yeah.
She just got tunnel vision and was like...
And then she begs Daryl, just tell me I was wrong. And he won't even speak to her.
Yeah, and I don't blame him.
I don't blame him either. Absolutely not.
Okay, so that part kind of scared the hell out of me. They eventually got out. We thought Jerry was going to die like 8 times during this episode.
Yeah.
Between not being able to squeeze through the tunnels and then
the walkers got him.
Yeah, they were biting his feet, but he had boots on, and so they protected him. And then he ended up being the guy who was... He reminded me of freaking, what's his name, Sloth on the Goonies, you remember?
I was thinking about that the entire time we was watching him go through this cave. I was like, this is like the fucking Goonies. I'm waiting for him to play a piano.
Yeah.
You know?
The Walker piano.
Yeah. Play
the organ.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy. And the whispers.
Let's talk about the whispers. Let's talk about the whispers.
Whispers and Negan.
Negan.
He rats out Gemma.
Yeah.
More or less.
Yeah, he does.
He doesn't specifically name her. Well, yeah, he says the little one.
He does, and he urges Alpha. He doesn't.
You better keep an eye on the little one.
He's like, I've been in your position before. I know how to spot a snitch or a spy. Mm-hmm. And so apparently Alpha does her research, discovers
She didn't like it at first. She didn't like him suggesting Gamma.
Yeah.
She literally pushed him in a pile of shit.
Yep.
Where they all take a shit out. She pushed him in it.
She did that. Then she I guess does some research and finds out that yes, Gamma is telling on us, and so she rewards Negan by taking them out into a little clearing and making him take his clothes off, and when he turns around and looks at her, she's naked too, and they end up hooking up.
She says, you're a crass man, and I thought you might like a crass reward.
I know, right? That is amazing.
And basically was like, I want to speak your language. She's not wrong either.
Yeah.
She figured a man like him wants to have sex. Absolutely. Which is just funny because, we've made jokes about him making jokes about her bald head, making his britches tight. And sure enough.
Oh, she
kept the mask on, too. Like, she was like, does my real skin bother you? And he was like, quite the opposite. And then he was like, this ain't like no praying mantis thing. And she didn't answer. And he was like, well... fuck it.
Yeah.
Basically.
And meanwhile, I'm on Amazon searching for zombie masks.
Oh, you got another partner that's gonna wear that? Because it certainly will not be me.
Okay, anyway. That was the episode in a
Maybe.
nutshell. It was fun. I did.
It was a good.
This episode definitely gets an 11 for me. It would have been a 10, but the Negan hooking up with Alpha is just pushed it over the top. I like this episode. The fact that we had 2 major character deaths and naked
This
Negan.
definitely is yeah. That's what makes it 11. Jeffrey Dean Morgan being naked. That's great. When she said, "Take your clothes off," I'm like, ooh, yes. I like that.
Might be the first time we've ever seen him shirtless on this.
It is the first time we've seen him shirtless on the show. Yes.
Yeah, so.
Boy, he looks good for his age.
I wonder if those are real tattoos or not.
I did wonder about that. I wondered if he legitimately had those tattoos or if they were fake. They sure as hell look real. I give this an episode an 11 too.
Okay. This is one of those weird 11s. This isn't like a typical 11 episode.
It's getting an 11 because he was shirtless. I ain't gonna lie. Otherwise, it's probably been a 10.
All right. Anyway, we'll move on. We'll see y'all next time. I'm Lonnie.
I'm Relicious.
We're Untitled Nerd Network.